There always comes a show or a movie that first check out the trailer or you even check out just the picture, the photo, something about random show, random movie you were never really interested in, but you heard, whispers, blah 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 about. Oh, well, this actually is pretty good. It's ramping up. And you're like, really? Is it that good? You tend to doubt at first, right? Where you think it might be good, but not enough to willingly see it first. But eventually, just give in once you hear that it's better than you thought. Your own personal expectations were met in some way, as low or as high as they were. And you go, all right, fine, I'll check it out. It seemed interesting at start. Why not, right? For me, that was Bochi the Rock. This show had me intrigued when I first heard about it, at least. It did take me a while before I watched the show while it was going on, but I was intrigued by it because of its slice of life type of show. Something that I actually regularly watch here and there because honestly, sometimes you don't want to watch the big epic shows, the epic dramas. Uh, you just want something simple, something to turn off your brain in a good way. Relax, chill. That's kind of what I got from this show. Generally, pretty surprising because of its premise of a character called Itari, who I hope I said her name right. Sorry, but Bochi. All right, make it a bit simpler. A character who was just looking to find friends, looking to find something to do because she had a problem. And what's that problem? Well, social anxiety. She couldn't really make friends with anyone in her class before graduation, before entering high school. She was always in self doubt. But one moment, a musician on TV said, regardless of who you are, of what you do, and, you know, you do something like this, you could do it too. And she got, inspired by that and she started playing the guitar. And for me, I relate to that because when I was younger, I actually played the guitar. I don't need much anymore, but I enjoy many songs, music, really, generally, that has a guitar and drums in it. It may be indie, it may be alternative, rock, metal rock. It just, something about it always spoke to me, a guitar. You even focus on Bocchi's finger placement. If you see if the animators really, actually tried, you see tend to see the smaller things here and there, and in some spaces I think they do. I do believe that. My favorite chord actually is the G chord. I don't know, something just about it when you strum, it just feels good. It's great. It's great. Sorry. um, but in this show, you find this character who truly likes to has this social anxiety, meets up with a new character, who she meets, Nijika, who was looking for a new guitarist for the group because she actually has a band that she played for that her sister actually owns in the underground, an underground bar where they meet another bandmate, Rio, who is the bass. And wow, actually, Bochi has a Guitar Hero channel. I'm aware that they know that she is that YouTube channel. Always was so funny that her social anxiety was in the way as a punching joke. Not in a bad way, but the feeling of feeling exhausted after a simple interaction because it's difficult for her. Her social anxiety, and for me, that related way too close, but in a good way because I can relate to a character that I share those same feelings, problems sometimes when talking to someone, right? And that I appreciate a show like this that not only took its time with the show throughout the season, working with that problem of hers. Sure, it doesn't fully get resolved by the end of it, but you're not looking for an answer, right? Because regardless of how best you manage it, it always creeps up somehow, right? But you always just try your best on finding a healthy way of going through it. And here, for Bochi, is the music, playing her guitar, communicating in that way, because that's what she cares about. She wants to share it, but she just can't put the full foot over in that. And so throughout this show, there's various interactions with different people outside of the bandmate area, band's area, where talks with different people in different times in their lives, how good or bad it has been being a guitarist or just a bandmate in a band, and the fear of that failing because she has always wanted to have a successful musical band, but not sure really if the one she's in now will succeed or not. So that's her true dilemma, fear of by the end of it whether they can stay together and be a good group by the end of it, and if they can't even prove themselves to move forward. They did a great job throughout the show, just showing her progress of being blocked with a box on her head, right? In the beginning, to sort of revealing without it. And by the end of it, she does, perform in a major crowd, really, in front of many people, you know, many people that she invited. She was able to had to invite, to progress as just a band alone to get that name out, right? Crazy animation as well. Wow, just so unique, which is why I emphasize so much how great this show was for too. And it just went bonkers, went straight to the painting everywhere on the wall, throw the arts and just do it. And that's what this show did with its impact and the feeling of the anxiety every moment that she was alone or when she was with people. It always showed at that moment what she felt. And sometimes when you have anxiety, that's what you kind of feel, you know? You just relate to that, a little too close sometimes, right? But, it's just that type of show that where where it's done right, and where you're able to express these feelings in this blob way, because that's sometimes, at least for me, it's how I feel when I feel anxious, right? You just feel this blob of, ah, please go away, or and you just kaploof, like she does sometimes. But it's done in a very tasteful, not tasteful, but in a way where it also plays with it, right? It plays with it, and that's where I can respect the show doing, where it doesn't go too far, where it's just okay. What are you doing? It always finds its moment, make those jokes at the same time, and it's because the humor in this show was phenomenal, just phenomenal. I'd say the bad parts of this show, honestly, not that many, but definitely it has to do a little with the story itself. Honestly, it makes sense now as they're starting out now. I wish they would be faster with where they were headed by the end of it, with the cultural festival they had to deal with at the end, which was pretty much the end goal, right? Which is right. But, I wish it was done a little better. But this show just, I'm telling you, it really didn't. Even that alone, I'm telling you, it was not really much of a complaint. Just, there was moments where it was a little too slow. Come on, pick up the pace. Moments here and there. Some of the characters I wish we got more out of, like the sister of the band. Not the band. The sister of the band bar. She was an interesting character. I wish we got more into. Because clearly she had expertise and things, but she was just there for a moment here and there. It was great. But at the end, man, this show surprised me. Something that I fully recommend if you haven't watched this. Yeah, a 9 out of 10 for me. That's how great phenomenal the show was. Almost a 10, you know, flaws here and there. You know, it wasn't perfect, but where it was spot on. Easy recommendation, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, and Moray out.